And welcome to our third episode of Woke or Stoked. Can you believe it, Tim? We're at 3 episodes already.
That went by so fast. What
So
do we have a
fast.
combined 360 views, maybe?
Yeah, not too shabby. We're getting there. We're getting there. Hopefully more every week. We have a jam-packed show for you guys, so we're gonna bust through some stories that we want our opinions and our unique insight on.
And I'm full of them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he's here, because we need professional critiques, right, Tom?
I don't know if I'm a professional, but we'll see.
Exactly. So as always, guys, we're gonna start off the first half of the show with news stories, important stuff that we want to talk about, and we will end the show with a couple viewer questions, maybe a little trivia if time permits. We'll see how that goes.
Will I be the subject of trivia?
You will be the subject.
Yikes!
And as always, viewer questions are more than welcome. You can submit them at our Stream Elements link. It's in the comments in the description below and in the comment section. Feel free, any topic, anything that you guys want to ask, we will read out loud and we will respond to. So with that, let's get into it.
And we will read and respond to everything.
Exactly.
That's kind of one of our bits.
Exactly. One of our important bits that sets us apart. All right. So the first story that we have to talk to about today, Twin Fantastic Four is coming out.
Cool.
Actually, it already came out, and we're going to go see it very soon, so we'll give you our thoughts on that next week. However, we have to talk about the internet darling, the one that everybody loves, the man, the sexiest man alive, or whatever bullcrap they want to sell us this week, Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Exactly. Your Chilean brother, by the way.
I don't claim him personally, but, you know, I mean, I don't know. I've liked him in what I've seen of him.
I have too, but Pedro Pascal fatigue is real. I've experienced it. I don't know how you're feeling, Twin, but I'm sick of seeing this guy every 5 seconds.
He's just in everything.
Yeah. Eddington, this week alone, he's in 2 movies. This week alone, and he was in The Materialist like 3 weeks ago.
Correct.
So it's crazy. Anyway, let's get to the story, which is, of course, what everybody's talking about. Pedro Pascal and touching his co-stars. We have to talk about this. So per The Independent, he said that engaging with other people makes him feel better when he has anxiety. Now, we need to talk about this because it's very interesting that he only has this type of anxiety when he's next to attractive women, Twin. I haven't seen him have this anxiety when he's, with his male co-stars. Let's put it that way to start off. And it's especially prominent. We're going to put a couple pictures of, especially the tour that they're doing for Fantastic Four. Him and Vanessa Kirby. So Pedro Pascal is Mr. Fantastic, and Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm. So obviously in the movie they're supposed to be, they're romantically involved. They're married, and apparently they even have a kid. That's great. But in the press tour, they are getting very handsy. And what do you think about that, Twin? How are we feeling? And she's married and pregnant, by the way.
Right, she's actually pregnant.
Yes, right now she's pregnant. Have you seen this? What do you think about this? How are we feeling on that?
So Twitter is not letting this go.
Yeah.
I feel like 10% of all posts that I'm seeing, and it's probably because of the algorithm and I'm just spending a little bit too much time looking at it.
Yeah,
I'm seeing a lot of it. In terms of what I think, one of the things that I default to, and this would be a highly uninteresting opinion since I'm here to give my opinion, but it's sort of like, it's none of my business and I don't necessarily know what's in people's hearts. On the other hand, that would be a big deal and a big no-no to a lot of people. I don't know what kind of relationship. What's the actress's name again?
Vanessa Kirby.
Right. I don't know what kind of relationship her and her fiance are. They engaged?
Husband. I think she's married.
I don't know what expectations there are. I don't know what the specific boundaries are. With the anxiety thing, I will in general caution people to not like there's an epidemic of people using alleged mental illness to try to get away with things. Right? Like, yes. Oh no, excuse my behavior, I'm just anxious. Excuse this. Like, I know I'm like neglecting you, I'm just depressed.
Mm-hmm.
People make themselves out to kind of be the victim in different situations.
All day long.
I'm not specifically saying that's what he's doing, but I think it's a reasonable question to raise. I know I've seen pictures of him, affectionate with Oscar Isaac. Mm. I don't know if that's an anxiety hug.
That too, but they're friends. They're like best friends or something. So
because
it's weird, but
I understand the suspicions. It is a little weird.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like pretend that I know all the facts of like the situation. There's some generous interpretation that I'm willing to offer, but it's a little weird.
It is very weird for me. He comes at it with a lot more maturity and stuff. For me, it's just like it's weird. It's gross. I don't. Pedro, he's okay. I'm not a big fan. But what does surprise me out of all of this is that he has been the darling of the internet forever because of his political views, because of what he says, because of how he looks, whatever. People love this guy, right? And now you just mentioned it. It seems like for the first time, people are kind of turning on him, which I've been waiting to see because I'm like, how
Mm.
long are we just gonna let this go? I just saw a video of him touching Willem Dafoe's wife with
I
him
was
right there. Did
I
you
was
see
gonna
it?
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah. So it's like
He
this
does he
guy.
does like he does like one of these.
Yes, and it's just like I understand if you're best friends, right? If you're like it's your sister or whatever, but like this is I don't even your co-star's wife. Why are you touching their face and their body? And you should see some of the pictures we're gonna put up right now that should be on the screen of like him touching like butt in pictures, or like she's always holding his back of his neck, and it's just like
Right.
what is going on? It's a press tour. Like keep your hands to yourself. And the other poor Fantastic Four, the other two guys, they're just like they're not involved in any of this. They're just like doing their thing and being not touchy feely.
How
Yeah,
different of a conversation would this be if the other two main cast members were also had their hands like on his
exactly,
neck?
exactly. That would be a different story because then it would be like, oh, maybe he is like this incredibly anxietous person, and oh my god, he's so anxious. But it's just to wrap this up, it's just very interesting that it's only with like attractive women. He's also in The Last of Us. I don't see him touching Bella Ramsey. You know what I'm saying?
Someone on Twitter, and I thought this was kind of funny, said that like, oh, Pedro Pascal is going to be like the first man who's canceled by other men for
Yeah.
inappropriate contact with women.
We'll see. What do you guys think about that? I mean, for me, it's just I don't like it. It's just weird, especially in today's world. It reminds me just quickly of Messi. When Messi takes a picture with a woman, you see this guy like this. He's like this. He doesn't even touch him. He doesn't even give them these just like this. That's too far, in my opinion. But at least he's the type of guy that's like, my hands are right here, and that's how I'm gonna keep it.
But I'd rather that than
For sure.
two hands.
It's weird, and she's pregnant and married. Like, come on, man, that's a little weird. All right, so
he can't pull the culture card either on that. I don't think.
yeah, it's just yeah, exactly. So we'll see. So Pedro, we're watching you. When we watch Fantastic Four, we're going to be keeping an eye.
We hope you watch this.
Exactly. He is watching right now. Pedro, I'm looking at you. All right. So for our second news story, we're going to quickly go into Chad Stahelski, a name that a lot of people don't know. He's a famous director. He has directed one of the greatest action franchises in modern history with the John Wick films. Now, usually, this is a show about talking about how Hollywood is influenced, right? Whether it's being woke or whether we're stoked, all of that stuff. So we have to bring this up,
right?
Because he just signed on. This director, Chad Stahelski, just signed on to this movie called Cal Exit. Cal Exit, not Kal El, not Superman. It's called Cal Exit per World of Real. Now, this is what the movie's about. Don't quote me. This is what he says. Cal Exit is about an authoritarian U.S. president who signs an executive order to deport all immigrants. California refuses, declares itself a sanctuary state, and the military sent in to occupy Los Angeles. From there, it's urban warfare, martial law, and the formation of a resistance movement.
My God.
So, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly why we made this show. What do you think about this? If this happens, which by the way, we can make a bet. Does this movie even happen? Do you remember years ago we talked about a Ron Howard Asian pianist movie that also never happened? Do you remember that? We were on our way to Vegas. I think we made a bet. Yeah, that never happened. So I was right, and you owe me $20. By the way, he owes me $20. Pay me anyway.
I might also owe you money from the Kung Fu Panda bet that we had.
Just give me $40. Anyway, when we go to dinner, he's gonna pay for it. Anyway, so Twain, much like the Ron Howard thing that I told you, it's not gonna happen. Blah blah blah. Do we think this is going to happen in today's economic political climate? What I just read to you, is it so on the nose? What do you think about this?
Sounds like a flop, dude.
I don't know what he's thinking.
I don't know how much you want to get into this, but like the current political climate, regardless of what people's opinions are on the president, obviously he won and he won for a reason. I don't necessarily brand myself as like I fall in the center, but not in like the middle answer is always the right answer kind of way. I have a couple different opinions on things, but like one thing that the far left tends to do is they like obscuring terms, and the whole illegal immigration versus legal immigration thing they just lump into one thing. So even just like the premise, no one believes, unless I think you're genuinely a little crazy, that all immigrants are just going to be deported regardless of status. and people know that. People see through that. Like I don't see this movie as anything other than pretty tone deaf.
It, it it is exactly why we made the show. It's because this is exactly the type of crap that Hollywood is going to. Now, I don't think this movie, maybe it'll be made. I don't know. What do you think? 50-50, like 50% chances it actually makes it to theaters like Civil War did?
In Civil War, weren't like California and Texas allied or something?
Yeah, that was just like a make believe thing. But even that, right? People were like, "Oh, we're a little so sorry." But does this make it to theaters? I gotta be honest, I don't think so. I just saw this come across my desk, and I was like, I have to talk about this because this is exactly what people are so sick of. And by the way, much like the twins' point, even if you agree, even if you say this guy's an authoritarian, he's this is real, this is a biopic. COVID proved that we do not want to see what we're already living in, right?
Mm.
So even if you agree, are you telling me you're going to pay $20 to go see a movie, an hour and a half, 2 hour movie about what you think is happening outside your door? Like it's just a no-win scenario. If this happens, from the get-go, you're pissing off 50% of the country, so they're not going to go support it. And the other 50% are going to be like, we're living in this world. We don't want to see it. It makes no sense to me at all.
I'll go the opposite. While I agree with what you said,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it still gets released because I don't believe the people making these movies are going to be self-aware enough to know that that's what's going to
I don't know, man.
happen. I think it's going to come out, and I think it's going to be a massive flop.
Do we want to make a gentleman's bet?
Right here on episode 3, I am making a bet.
This movie gets theatrically released.
Yes.
$20. And if it doesn't, you owe me $20. We'll come back to that.
We'll just add it to all the money I already owe you.
All right.
He once paid for a Vegas trip of mine.
So anyway, that is what we think about this. I don't know. For me, it's just, as you said, tone deaf. It's just, why are we doing this? We look at the movies that are succeeding, right? The movies that break the box office that people want to go see, Wicked and Superman's doing relatively well. Stuff that takes us out, stuff that shows us a different world. Not this, like Cal Exit. Come on, man. And it's based off of a comic book, so you could say that, oh, this isn't about what's happening right now. The comic book was written in like 2017, so let's cool it down, you know.
I mean, given all the money that Minecraft made, I mean, people want to see.
Exactly.
People would rather see something flat out ridiculous than something that they're not going to like feel like they're escaping from reality.
That's a perfect point. Minecraft almost made $1 billion. Lilo and Stitch did make $1 billion. What do they have in common? They don't have anything to do with anything other than let's distract you for a little bit. Let's go to this other world. Let's deal with this blue alien. Heyo. And that's what we're going to show you. And we're just going to have a fun time. So anyway, what do you guys think about this? Are you guys excited? Do you want to see it? If we're wrong, let us know. Send us a comment. Send us a question and tell us you guys are wrong. This is important for the climate. People need to see what's actually happening. I have no idea. But for me, tone deaf is the right answer. I agree with him. It's just on either side, I just don't see the reason for this. However much it's going to cost, I just don't get it. All right. So our third story of 4, we have to get to this. Now, we are a movie channel, right? We almost exclusively focus on what's coming out, what we're thinking, what we're excited about. But we have to talk about this one. I have to bring up South Park. South Park just released an episode a couple days ago, and they're kicking off a new season. And we have to talk about that in this episode. They heavily show the President of the United States in bed, literally in bed, with Satan. Like the actual Satan. This is not a metaphor, okay? They go hard in this episode. I don't think you've seen it, right? I've seen clips of it. I know I will get around to seeing it, but I just want to talk about because of the backlash, right? We have to talk about people on all sides, right? Some people think it's going too far. Some people think it's not far enough. It's very political. And today, literally, because Comic-Con has just started, Trey Parker literally was asked about this at an event, and he apologized. Now, it's the creators of South Park, so whether he apologized and he meant it, I have no idea. But you might be surprised on where we land on this. I don't know where you think about this, Swin, but for me at least, what I will say about this is you have people on the left saying that's what they deserve. They're going too hard. MAGA's losing their minds, blah, blah, blah. And then you have people on the right saying, we've been arguing for comedians' right to express themselves however they want for years. We welcome this. There's a lot to be made fun of. I mean, I don't think anybody would deny that you can make a lot of fun about what's happening. Where I will say about South Park is this. I've watched South Park for years, right? And they have been some of the most insulting, offensive, the most racist things I've ever seen have been in South Park episodes. Why do I love the show? It's because they give it to everybody, Twin. The things that I've seen, they give it to everybody. Every race, every religion. They've been targeted by Hollywood. They've been hated by everybody. You should see some of the stuff that they've done. They've shown Muhammad. Like, they will go after
Yeah.
everybody. So we'll go to you, Twin. But where I land on this is, for me, I don't even think it's worth bringing up. It's South Park being South Park. They have gone after everybody. The coronavirus, they've everything. So for me, it's South Park being South Park. Just leave them alone. Let them do what they do. I just hope that the ire that they're targeting right now to the current administration, they target to everybody, which they will do. And the episode, to be fair, in the own episode, Cartman is laughing and sad that woke is been killed because NPR is defunded. You know what I'm saying? So like South Park is South Park is South Park. They will continue to do what they do. I support them. They are no friends of anybody, and that's why I respect them, because they will give it just as much as they take it. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I like a lot of what you said. I've never been like the biggest South Park guy. I've definitely enjoyed some of the episodes that I've seen. I haven't seen a whole lot of literal outrage from people.
Mhm.
I mean, sure, I think people get false ally syndrome where they convince themselves that like, oh, these people like they're the good ones and like they're gonna side with me and I'm gonna like what I see
Mhm.
from them. And then like you're a victim of something like South Park that throws shit at everybody.
Yep.
And then I think some people were like, oh, like yeah, I thought they were on my side.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
fine with it. Like if you dish it out evenly, I don't think anyone can come too hard at you. Literally drawing Muhammad shows that you literally like you don't care to that
Yep.
extent. Your commitment to like the comedy and the ruthlessness is valid because
Yep.
honestly, in today's world, that's probably one of the craziest things that you can do. Um, I respect that. Uh, yeah, I to me it's mostly a non-story.
Mhm. I agree.
Um,
I agree.
Obviously they got a lot of money to make a deal with the Paramount, and Paramount just ditched Stephen Colbert,
Yeah.
and people were just all up in arms about like this is fascism. Like,
How much were they paid, by the way, for what you just mentioned? Paramount dished out. You want to know how much?
wasn't it like $1.5 billion?
$1.5 billion
Oh my god!
to have exclusive rights to South Park to stream the next couple of seasons, and I think it's only like 50 episodes.
It's not that much.
Yeah, but I agree completely with what he just said. These guys, they deserve how much money that they make. The things that they've done, like I'm telling you, if you guys haven't seen some of these episodes, but as he said, they dish it out evenly. So yes, right now it's a certain person's turn, and then tomorrow it'll be somebody else's turn. But let me tell you, they are no friends of anybody. Like, they have been canceled by Hollywood more times than I can count. They were invited to the Academy Awards. They were nominated for an Oscar for their movie South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Now, keep in mind, when they did this, it was controversial. They showed up in dresses. So keep in mind, we're talking about 1999. So nowadays you'd get an award, but in those days they showed up in dresses. Like, people were losing their minds. They were like, "How could you insult the Oscars this much? Like,
Wow.
it's an offense." You know what I'm saying? And don't quote me on this. I think they got banned from the Oscars. Like, I think that was how much the outrage was, of like, they're insulting this ceremony, this hallowed ceremony, so much they don't even deserve to come back.
And that was 99.
99, yeah, the movie, and they lost to "You'll Be in My Heart," Phil Collins, Tarzan. Much
Wow.
deserved. I love Phil Collins though, so they deserve to lose, unfortunately. But yeah, I agree. It's a non-story, but we have to cover it just because it's what everybody's talking about. So we will talk. We don't shy away from anything. We will talk about what people are talking about. All right. For our last story, though, we have to talk. Now we're actually going to talk about a movie.
Hey.
So we're going to talk about this, Michael, the Michael Jackson biopic. That's how we're going to end the show today, because Michael has been postponed and it's going to come out next year, supposedly April. That's what we're hearing. Okay. Now, why was it postponed? They needed to do additional shootings. They needed to do, extra, all of these reshoots, because of, they messed up heavily. The Jackson estate. We can get into that if you guys are interested, of why they had to postpone. But what we want to talk about today is
Who's playing Michael Jackson?
his nephew, like his actual like Jackson name. Okay, and this is what's interesting about this movie. There have been mentions. Antoine Fuqua's directing it, by the way. Antoine Fuqua, you guys might know from The Magnificent Seven, Training Day. He's a very established
The Equalizer.
Exactly. He's an established director, so this is not some dude that like, hey, well, let's just give him Lionsgate is making this movie. I've heard that they have 4 hours of footage for this movie, right? And can you blame them? This is arguably the greatest musical act of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why we're bringing this up is because it just came out that it is heavily rumored and basically a given at this point that they will make 2 movies, right? Michael Jackson, maybe part 1, they'll call it, and Michael Jackson part 2. Maybe Michael part 1 and Michael part 2. So, Twin, if this movie comes out, and the rumor is that the first movie will end with Michael Jackson leaving the Jackson 5 and around 1979's Off the Wall. This is per the Hollywood Reporter. That's what they're saying.
Okay.
What do you think about this? Is this a wise choice? What do you think about a Michael Jackson biopic? How are we feeling? If it comes out in April, like we're not talking about 10 years from now. We're talking about very soon. You could have a trailer for this in the next coming weeks. What do you think about this?
I'll have to look into it just like a little bit deeper. Is there a market for it? Yes. 2 movies is a little bit ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like the cultural impact of Michael Jackson is not never ending.
Mm-hmm.
Gun to my head, I want to say it's a pretty good idea, though honestly, I don't know a whole lot about the movie other than it's happening.
I mean, basically, the movie will be covering his life, right? So Jackson 5, Off the Wall, Thriller, and then the second movie will delve into, by the way, the second movie is going to delve into, obviously, the greatest musical act of all time. And yes, they will delve into the court cases. They will delve into the legal aspect of
You
it
think
as well.
they'll take a stance on that?
I think that they're just going to present it how it was. And by the way, if you look into it, it's not as black and white as you might think. Like, there is a lot going on with that. So I think that they're going to talk about it, show it in a certain aspect, but I don't think that it'll be like a heavy R-rated. Like, it'll be PG-13, I'm guessing. But so you think that maybe they should have been better off, maybe just like a 1 hour, one movie, 2.5 hour movie?
I don't know, honestly, dude. I mean, this could set a new precedent, for stories told about big historical figures. He's one of the few, maybe, where I would be willing to sign off and say, actually, I think this will work.
Yeah.
Gun to my head, I'm kind of for it.
I'm for it completely, and here's why. You have to look at precedent, right? Try to find something similar, in the similar vein. Not Rocket Man, because I love Elton John. He's not on the same level as Michael Jackson. I went
Correct.
looking to find something similar, a movie that we could point to and say, this, based off of this, Michael will do this. Bohemian Rhapsody. Why? Bohemian Rhapsody is about one of the most pivotal, important bands in the history of music, right? You want to know how much box office Bohemian Rhapsody made?
It did okay, right?
How much?
Well, it did make $1 billion.
No. Did it?
Bohemian Rhapsody made. I feel like people weren't like busting the block for it.
Call back, okay.
750 million.
Bohemian Rhapsody made 903 million.
Okay.
Just shy of $1 billion. Now, Twin, is there anybody on the face of this planet that you could tell me would say Queen is a bigger name than Michael Jackson?
No.
No, they're not. I love Queen. They're not. There's only one musical act in history that you could argue is more important than Michael Jackson, of course, the Beatles, right? So if you're looking at that, Twin, I gotta tell you, man, I don't think, this might sound crazy. Come back to this and I'm gonna look like an idiot. If they make 2 movies of this, call me crazy. I think the collective box office of both of these movies, $2 billion.
I agree with you, so I'm not gonna make a bet on this.
I might be crazy, but I feel like Bohemian made 900 million. If they're doing this right, if they have 4 hours of footage, they're working with the Jackson estate, they have a great actor in his own nephew. He looks like him. We have a picture right now on the screen so you can see him.
Hi.
Hi. Hopefully you do well. So I got to tell you, I think 900 million for each is not out of the ballpark. And basically, you just round up to 2 if it's 900 each. Like, come on. So, guys, what do you think about this? Are we excited for a Michael Jackson biopic? I'm very excited. I think that if they do it right, if they do it more deeply than Bohemian, because one of the main criticisms of Bohemian Rhapsody was that they kind of went over any of the bad stuff just a little bit. You know,
They
they
really
sprinkled it.
watered it.
Yeah, they sprinkled it over. I think that if they're actually doing court cases and filings and stuff, they could get into the nitty gritty, but recognize what is undoubtedly. You could argue, because the Beatles had themselves to work off of, and I've made this argument many times. The Beatles were geniuses. They were the greatest band that's ever been existed. However, there was four geniuses working together, jumping ideas off each other. Michael Jackson was one dude, and he wrote and choreographed and sung and danced. So I could hear the argument that you could say, look, I hear you with the Beatles, but Michael Jackson is the greatest musical act of all time.
He didn't have other people write for him?
Well, he did, but my point is that, like, it's him. It's only him.
Right.
Whereas the Beatles, you know, you should, if you watch the behind the scenes, they're working together and, well, what do you think about this? Let's write this together. Whereas he was just like this force. So anyway, long story short, let us know what you guys think about that. That is our news topics for the day. Before we get to our questions, and we do have two viewer questions that we want to get to, I want to have a little bit of trivia. Now, Twin, I hope that you have heard of this movie at least, but I hope that you've probably seen this movie. So this is what this trivia is going to be like. Play along at home or on TikTok. I'm going to give you actors, Twin. So for example, let's just do a practice run. If I told you Pedro Pascal, name me a movie that has Pedro Pascal.
Ooh, Wonder Woman 1984.
Exactly. So for example, I would say you're wrong, and I would give you another actor in this movie that I'm looking for. So for example, I would say it's not Wonder Woman 1984. It's Vanessa Kirby's your next actor. What's the movie?
Fantastic Four.
Exactly. You get where we're going with this. Now I'm not going to give you the freaking title guy. We're going to make it hard for you. Okay?
I know.
So you name me this movie. I am looking for a movie. Play along at home.
And when I do get it right on the first try, he did not give me the answers ahead of time.
Your first actor.
Okay.
Name the movie. Jonah Hill. Picture of Jonah Hill on the screen.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Incorrect. Second actor. James Earl Jones.
The hell?
James Earl Jones on the screen. Voice of Darth Vader. Name me the movie with Jonah Hill and James Earl Jones. When everybody knows it.
Jonah Hill and James Earl Jones?
I don't want you to get it because I want people to keep playing, but give me a guess.
This is wrong, but Lion King 2019.
Jonah Hill was famously the voice of Mufasa.
No,
Hey guys.
He was.
Now, this is not some War Dogs or something. Like, this is a movie that people know. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Your next person, Jonah Hill, James Earl Jones, Rachel Dratch. Rachel Dratch, famous from SNL.
My God.
Rachel Dratch on the screen right now.
This is going to go on forever.
I have multiple. This is going to be fun. I want to keep going as much as we can.
Yeah.
Throw out a guess. Lion King, Mufasa.
I don't know what Rachel Dratch has been in, so I'll go with the Jonah Hill movie. Obviously Superbad.
Now, cut him some slack. I'm purposely picking people that barely show up. I don't want to make it too easy. We'll get to the big names later. Your next name, Jonah Hill, James Earl Jones, Rachel Dratch, Jennifer Coolidge. Jennifer Coolidge on the screen right now. That might be a little bit easier for people that know. Maybe some of you already know where we're going with this.
I couldn't have less of an idea what this movie is.
I picked it right. I hope that when I actually tell you, you're going to be like, no way!
Spotlight.
Best Picture winner, Spotlight. That's Rachel Dratch showing up in there. Hey, you pedophiles. Anyway, your next actor, Sean Astin.
I'm not going to get this, dude.
Sean Astin, Twin. People know by now. You guys know. I'm seeing it in the comments already. Jonah Hill, James Earl Jones, Rachel Dratch, Jennifer Coolidge, Sean Astin.
Moonlight? I have no idea.
All right, Twin. I'm going to give you the big one. And by now, the audience is screaming at you.
I'm going to remind anyone out there that I'm not a movie expert. That guy is.
The big name, Christopher Walken. Come on, bro.
How's he been in?
Christopher Walken.
Bill Murray wasn't in this movie, right? Not the Jungle Book.
This guy is with Disney on the mind. All right, son.
I can't think past Disney.
Now there is the name I can give you that would win it all, but I want to give you one more name.
Okay.
Henry Winkler.
That does not help. That does not help at all.
People are screaming at you right now.
He's one of the main characters?
He has a major part in this movie.
I have no idea.
All right, then. I have to do it to you, man. The lead of the film. Which movie has Jonah Hill, James Earl Jones, Rachel Dratch, Jennifer Coolidge, Sean Astin, Christopher Walken, Henry Winkler, and Adam Sandler?
Happy go. I have no idea.
Click! Oh my god.
I haven't seen Click. I didn't know any of those people were in it.
Click, ladies and gentlemen. That wraps up our trivia for today because we love these types of games. By the way, if you guys have any ones that you want to send in, feel free because, you know, I'll send it in a way so maybe he reads it to me. I don't know. But feel free if you guys want to send in any of these games. Click to win. James Earl Jones is in that. Jonah Hill's in that very little. All right. Now on to our viewer questions, our much beloved viewers. We have 2 questions.
I might know how to answer these.
Jungle Book? Our much beloved viewers. Our first question comes in from Veronica. Thank you very much, Veronica, for supporting the channel.
Cool.
And she asks, what is the first movie that ever won an Oscar for Best Picture? She wants to know what year. Twin, do you have any input on this?
Wings.
Exactly right. So, Veronica, this question is so good that I actually did a little research because I want to educate people. That's what we're here for, right? To educate people on this.
Wait, was that intended as like a trivia question?
No, she just wanted to know.
She could have looked it up.
Yeah, but she wants to ask us.
Okay.
And Veronica, we don't criticize you. Unlike this poor bastard.
I'm trying to recover my reputation.
Insulting poor Veronica, who's right now crying, apparently.
Thank you, Veronica.
So, this is what's interesting, Veronica, just really quickly. Yes, that is correct. Wings won. And technically, it won Best Picture in the year 1929. But I did some research, and technically, Wings came out in 1927. And that's simply because, you know, when the movie comes out, the Oscars are held a year afterward. That's why that happens. But just for our viewers that want to know a little bit more about that, 1929 technically was the Oscars' first year, and that is the first year and only year where 2 movies won Best Picture. So if you're interested, Veronica,
Wow.
you can look this up. But yes, I have seen both, believe it or not. Wings won Best Picture, but there is also, in that day it was called Outstanding Picture. There is also Best Unique and Artistic Picture, the only year this happened, and that went to Sunrise. Sunrise. I think it's called The Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans. I have seen both. Sunrise is better in my opinion. But yeah, great question, by the way. Ask any questions like this that you want to find out more about that. We'll try to help you out. But yeah, Wings won Outstanding Picture for its technical achievement because it was showing airplanes. And keep in mind, in 1927, that was like, you know, crazy to put cameras on airplanes. That was unthought of. And Sunrise was actually pretty good. But those are old movies. I'm talking about so old that they don't even have speaking. They have little words on the screen and a piano music in the background. You know what I'm saying? That's how old those movies are.
Wow.
So thank you for that fantastic question, Veronica. And then our last question of the day comes from Trent. I once knew a guy named Trent. And he asks, do you guys think Naked Gun will be good? And that is a fantastic question, Twin. I'll let you take this one.
So I haven't seen the ones with, what's his name, Leslie Nielsen?
Yep.
I do think I will enjoy the humor. My sense of humor is very dry. I've seen a couple trailers for the movie. There's this one part where like he asks for water and the guy's like, "Oh, do you want sparkling?" And he's like, "Yes." And then there's like little fireworks like in the water. Like that humor, like will it get old? Probably, but I like it.
And it's only 83 minutes, so they know that this humor gets old quickly, so they're just trying to get you in and out.
The marketing for the movie has been nice. I've enjoyed that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah. The marketing has been off the chain. Where were we? Were you with me at the Grove? Yeah, the Americana.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they lift up the thing to get in the cars, and it was Liam Neeson's legs stretched out. So I'm telling you, thank you for the question, Trent. I'm excited. I think it'll be very funny. I think we'll both. It'll be our sense of humor. It'll be just pure dumb sense of humor, but we'll have a great time. So we will be watching that in August. We'll probably go together, much like Fantastic Four, which we're going to see. So if you guys
Cool.
want to know about Fantastic Four, we're going to be checking that out very soon. And send in your questions, spoilers, or anything, because next show we will, we'll be in the spoiler zone because it'll be a week for people to have seen it. All right, Twin. Any last topics, questions, comments, or anything to say to our beloved viewers for our third inning show?
Not other than thank you guys for being watchers and listeners. If you're not watching, watching this, if you're driving and you have the audio on in the background. We appreciate you. It's been fun. Jose, thank you for the stories.
Yeah.
Thank you for stimulating conversation. Yeah. Happy third episode.
No worries. Thank you very much, Twin. Thank you for being here. And yeah, guys, thank you guys for being here. Any comments, any questions, put them down below. Use our Stream Elements link to send us any topics, anything that you guys want to talk about. Feel free. We will answer it, we will read it, and we will discuss it on the show for next week. But as for right now, that has been Woke or Stoked, episode 3. And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.